This is probably one of the craziest news, like, for Grand Summoners Global, and I think it's actually very positive for a lot of people. It's kind of bad, I guess, for people who already experienced this and have most of the characters from it, but pretty hype for everybody who didn't. And this is a very requested thing, and they're finally doing it. Shadow and Eminence is coming back, ladies and gentlemen. You heard me right. Shadow and Eminence is coming out to Grand Summoners Global, and we'll be getting this as a bit of a filler crossover until I guess we eventually get ReZero. Which I'm gonna be honest, out of every single crossover they could have picked, I feel like this is the one where people aren't gonna be that upset about. Maybe some people will, but there are so many people out there that have been wishing this crossover would come back for the simple fact that it includes some pretty big characters from it. Mainly two in my opinion, but I would really say nowadays it's really one. One of those characters, of course, being Beta. Beta is an extremely good support character for water teams, but not just water teams, but also just like any team in the game. She is a Archgener that is type F. She gives you a big barrier. She also gives you tons of DR, and she gives you healing as well, specifically for water allies. Outside the water lineup, she can't really be that healer, but you know, inside of the water lineup, she's very good at doing her job. She also has that unique passive too, where anybody to the left, or specifically just the ally to the left of Beta, gets like 150% damage. I'm pretty sure a lot of this stuff will be changed. I could see that 150% damage going up to 200%, since this is a rerun. More than likely they're going to be getting buffed. I could possibly see her art gauge go up to 6, maybe. I don't know. It could. We'll have to see. It's really good already at 5, but maybe they'll deem it as being a bit low for this day and age and up it to 6, which if that's the case, Beta is going to be even more dominant than what she already is. But I would argue the key character to get from this crossover more so than Beta is going to be our GOAT Shadow. Shadow is insanely good in Grand Summoners. He is one of the greatest physical debuffers in the game, and not only just physical debuffers, just damage buffers in general. He also makes it to where everybody in the game is able to hit evasion bosses, since his true art is damn near instant, and it lowers the enemy's physical res by 60%, and it lowers the enemy's evasion rate by 30%. So you can just get this thing go off rapid fire. It is doom, 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 doom the whole time. I use him all the time. I use him specifically in Grand Crusade. He's incredible in that. I use him against so many different bosses, especially if anybody has evasion. Instead of worrying about, oh, let me take off my DPS for an accuracy character, a lot of the times I'll just use Shadow and stack a bunch of evasion right down so my DPS character can actually hit the boss. The counter argument to that is that whenever you combine Shadow with somebody who already has built-in accuracy, it makes it to where any evasion boss in the game just crumbles. They can't even handle evasion rate reduction plus the additional accuracy from the other character. It's insane. We also got like tons of additional damage ups and defense ignore as well with his super art, and one of the coolest things in my opinion is his passive. His passive gives all dark allies 5 art gauge per second while he's above 70% HP. On Mono Dark, staying above 70% HP really isn't that hard. There's tons of different healing equips, especially the Dark Relics. They can definitely give you tons of additional HP. So yeah, Shadow is clean, boys. He is a clean character, and I highly recommend that you do try to get him whenever he comes out. I am hoping, since this is a rerun, maybe we can get some type of ticket or something. Maybe that's a bit too wishful thinking, but if we get some type of ticket to guarantee us Alpha, Shadow, Delta, or Beta, that would be really cool. As for the other two characters, I know like I haven't really talked about them. They're okay. I mean, Delta's very strong as an attacker. She's like just this big beat stick. If you guys really like Simon's whole ordeal of like stacking and doing like crazy damage, Beta's pretty much that, but I would argue Beta just does it a whole lot better. Beta has a really good ratio passive. She also has a ton of additional art gauge that she can give herself whenever she has high HP, and then she gets a bunch of other benefits like with her super art whenever she's above like 50% HP, while also not afflicted with the status element, so you can get like tons of damage ups and everything. And I'm almost positive this is going to be buffed whenever Shadow and Eminence comes out. Her super art right now stands at 170,000%. Almost positive it's going up to 200, maybe 250. Just gonna be completely honest with that, but yeah, she's gonna be really good with that stuff, and she's always been good. It's not like people just, she's not as good now. I think it's just more so other characters came out, you know, she's an older unit, kind of fizzled out a bit. The hype isn't there as much as it used to be. So Yeah, I mean, still okay though. Alpha, on the other hand, has some glaring weaknesses. For one, Alpha is a arch general as well. If I'm not mistaken, she is type E though, unfortunately, so she has to compete with other type E arch generals. She's a light unit, which light isn't bad, it's very competitive. You have so many good characters on mono light, right? And the one thing that I personally don't like is the super art giving you the big physical damage. The physical damage is good, like just the initial 100%, but the fact that in order for you to get the full effect out of it, the 400%, you have to use the super art 4 times. You're wasting so much art gauge just to get this thing going. And then every 30 seconds, or I would say every about 25 seconds, you're going to be using that super art to refresh all your physical damage buffs, right? It's kind of all over the place. I don't really like beta as much as some other I said beta, my bad. Alpha, as much as some other people. I think she has some weaknesses, and I would rather just use other characters that are on mono light, especially now with the amount of units we have. Back in the day, she was a bit more enticing, if I remember correctly, because there wasn't that many mono light characters, but nowadays, man, there's just so many, and more than likely, some of you guys already have a pretty solid mono light team. They've just been dropping those units like hotcakes. Shadow and Imminence returning to Grand Summoners Global. It's pretty exciting stuff. I know a lot of you guys were hyped for it. Literally, we were just talking about this the other day on my live stream. Either way, check out the live streams. I stream every week, like either on Wednesday. Well, actually, yeah, it's every week on Wednesday, pretty much. That might be changing here soon because I'm going to be starting school again, but we'll have to see. Thank you all so much for hanging out. It's been your boy P. Tell me down below what you all think. Are you hyped for Shadow and Imminence? Is it kind of whatever? Let me know all that type of stuff down below. Oh, and one thing before you all leave, don't forget to drink water.